Alongside Rob Lewis, I'm Austin Price for the 2-minute drill. Tennessee drops the fourth Saturday in October, 48-17. It's become an all too common trend, especially here at Neyland Stadium. Alabama is just, a class ahead of Tennessee.
Yeah, I mean, Jeremy Pruitt kind of, after in his post-game press conference indicated that, he could see progress being made. He could see the gap closing. Well, that's not evident on the scoreboard as Alabama 14 straight AP, which is that's tough for a lot of old school Tennessee fans out there to stomach.
Well, and just not having a sign of life. I mean, you're down 3 or 4 scores the entire second half, but yet you're still rolling Cedric Tillman and Ramel Keaton and some of these, and Brandon Johnson, some of these slower, more experienced wide receivers. I asked Jimmy about it post game. He says those younger guys have to earn the start. But when you're down 4 scores, what does it hurt whether they had good practice habits or not? Why not throw them in there and let them go?
I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, and that was, my question to him as a coach. Is there ever a time when, you have a younger guy that's more talented, but maybe, he's not earned it on the practice field? Do you throw him out there on Saturday just to speed up his development? And Coach Pruitt was not down with that at all.
Which means Josh Dobbs would have never played here under Jeremy Pruitt. Because, he was not the greatest practice player in the world, especially early on. Got better over his career. But, at some point, you just got to let talent take over. And having had conversations with Coach during the week, he talked about that with me, about telling those position coaches, let some of those younger guys go. A little more, more reserved tonight, in front of the media post-game.
But that's my biggest takeaway from today. There was never any excitement or anticipation about it. There's been a lot of games like this, but this is, what happened today was completely and totally expected. But it's 42-10. You're at 3 or 4 minutes left in the third quarter. Why are you trotting Jarek Guarantano back out there again? 42-10.
Well,
I didn't get it.
You go back to when Tyler Bray, Justin Hunter, Rick Rogers, those guys started playing at Memphis, some years ago. And the excitement around some of those young kids making plays kind of got the excitement around the program the back half of the season. It's almost like they need to do that now, because the most excitement there was today was when Jalen Hyatt caught 2 deep balls.
Mm-hmm. Is the difference between, just say, going 4-6 and 3-7 with veterans versus young players not worth jump-starting the development of those kids? To me it is. To a coach, I don't know if they think that way, but that's, from the outside looking in, anything I could do to speed up. I do think Tennessee has some talent, freshmen and sophomores.
Yeah.
And I would be thinking about next year. This is a weird year. It's going to have an asterisk beside it anyway. And again, you're not very good.
And again, if you're going to continue to play number 2, why not give him some weapons to throw to?
Yeah, 11 looked pretty good.
Looked pretty good. Yeah, I agree. And defensively, they've got to make some changes. Secondary, they're just getting torched. And
again, it's 42-10. Why isn't Nico Slaughter out there? Why isn't Keyshawn Lawrence out there?
He gets in there with 4 minutes to go.
Why are you not seeing, letting these guys get a look at themselves on film? They can go on and watch film tomorrow night, and Coach Pruitt or Ansley or whoever can point. This is what we're talking to you about. This is why, this is what we mean in practice when we do this drill, when we're on you about this.
Before we get out the door, let's talk about Brian Maurer. He got the run there with 4 minutes to go. Coach says he earned it in practice. So, what do we make of it?
Is he the number 2 guy? That's what I have to make of it. And this after I know you were told from very good sources he's been running the scout team.
He has. On Wednesday and Thursday he ran the scout team. Thursday is kind of their finalized day where they kind of go in there and they put the ones out there together. Like Thursdays when come out, Jameer Johnson started to think that, hey, they might be able to go. So thus he was out there. Brian Maurer was nowhere to be seen on Thursday.
So now he's your number 2 guy.
Well, but again, a week ago, if you're rolling off that, Trout was 2 because he was the second in. Bailey would have been 3rd, and Trout and Maurer was 4. If you're basing it off that, but again, not always do they base off, how the actual order of the depth chart goes.
Yeah, I thought. That's going to throw a lot of fans, a lot of general quarters members into an uproar.
Again, Brian Maurer's athleticism is something that is a difference to what the rest of the quarterbacks can offer. Does that mean they're going to let him, get more of a chance from here on out? Time will tell. Clearly, they're going into the off week with plenty of questions and very little answers.
Yeah, and a lot of work to do.
A lot of work to do. He's Rob Lewis. I'm Austin Price. This has been the 2-Minute Drill. Tennessee drops the game to Alabama 48-17.